We back, K-pop! On la coup, us here for the BTS 11th anniversary spectacular! Where we'll be covering the fantastic songs that you, the Army, flooded votes into NASA to make sure these songs got on the playlist. So when the astronauts are up there, they will be incredibly depressed, but hopeful. So I have found by looking at the lyrics of Moonchild about living the Moonchild, the dark side, people prone to depression, I guess, trying to reach out, look toward the light of the moon. Something like that. About overcoming your darkness and reaching a happier place. It's a good thing. Should we post up the image? Bam! How do you guys like the banner? We use space to do this. All of them are in there. 2 of them are separated. But I don't know if you've ever tried to make one of those images for a quick one. We don't have money to hire an artist, so we got the help with the computer tech. But it's in there. It's pretty cool looking, pretty classy. I do a little post work because it can't spell for a damn. But we got it there. Anyway, we're starting it off with RM Moonchild. You excited for this one? Which song? What do we got? We got Moonchild. We got
Pluto?
Pluto, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, or something. Pluto is going to be a big one for me, because that's my all-time favorite planet.
Nice.
And then the third one is
Microcosmos,
which we have seen the live version of in concert before.
Oh, yeah.
But we are going to see one dedicated fully to the full song of that. But now let's start off with the RM Moonchild, baby. Do we get subtitles on this? This is...
We do.
The music video? What is a lyric video?
I don't know, bro. I've never seen one.
Okay. So it's not necessarily the music video. So we know he's probably limited to those. Well, let's check it out. Let's get into it. I'm going to go into full screen after this. It'll be the different background. So embrace the anniversary spectacular while you can. And let's get into this. Awful quiet. Awful quiet. Boo. Okay, here we go.
We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Very sort of 80s film vibe.
Come on, y'all, Moonchild, that's supposed to be. Yeah, all the pain, all the sorrow, that's in the sin. You want my life is like this. We got a dance in the rain, dance in the pain. Even though we crash now, we gon' dance in the plane. 우리에게 누구보다 밤의 풍경이 필요해. 이거는 누구도 아닌 나만이 날 위로해. It's a sad this is, but don't you tell yourself. Moonchild, you shine when you rise. That's your time. Come on, yeah. Moonchild, don't cry when moon rise. It's your time. Come on, yeah. Moonchild, you shine when moon rise. It's your time. Come on, yeah. 나도 절대 한 번도 떠나지지가 않아. 죽고 싶다며 그만큼 난 또 열심히 살아댔네. 내려놓고 싶다며 또 다른 줄을 달아. 생각하지 말자 생각조차 생각이잖아. You know 사실은 우린 이런 운명이란 걸. 끝없는 고통 속에 웃는 거란 걸. 자유란 말하는 순간 자유는 없어. You know, do you know? 다른 시간 내려오는 눈으로 저 밤하늘을 봐. 너에겐 보여줄 거야 너의 장로의 시간. 알고 있니 저 가로등에 또 가시가 많아. 조명멸하는 빛을 자세히 한번 쳐다봐야 해. 참 잔인하지 않니? 누구의 가시들이 모여 펼쳐진 장관에 분명 누군가 너의 가시를 보며 위로 봐.
2001: A Space Odyssey. Come on, neon. That's supposed to be the moon? I mean the planet part, obviously. I meant the background.
Ooh.
Moonchild.
I wasn't ready for that.
No?
That was good.
It's interesting to hear him compared to that new album coming out. He has a lot of variety of sound. But I like the instrumental. It's kind of more classic hip-hop sound to me on that one. Where do you think, if you were on a NASA flight from the Earth to the Moon and back, when would you put that on?
I don't know. Maybe right as we got into orbit, and maybe right when we first saw the moon or something.
Could be. Well, you can. I mean, once you're out there, as long as you're facing it, you can probably see it all the time, right? Or I guess you could be on the wrong side of the Earth.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was good, man.
Seems like a transitory song to me. Maybe coming around if they're doing like that slingshot thing they sometimes do.
Yeah.
Or slowly dropping down. You got to think that out because they have the whole playlist. They got to work it out. I would be listening to these songs ahead of time for the most part. Or would I want to be pleasantly surprised? You know they're all space themed. But the song itself.
On the surface. Anyways.
Yeah. You think it'd be good? Plug in the headphones. It's jumping up and down. I could see that. I could see it being layered over if I was the one that had to sit in the thing watching them run around, maybe take footage. But I would probably do it during the slingshot if that happened. Or doing a slow landing. I don't know. You like this song though? How do you like it compared to newer album stuff?
I like it a lot. This is, I was kind of blown away again. Could probably, these lyrics, are you a Moonchild? Would you consider yourself a Moonchild? Person of the night?
Well, in that sense, I'm a night person. But I am an optimist. I haven't in my life had to deal with, like, depression in the way that a lot of people have to deal with depression. So in that sense, I would say no. I'm a star child.
Star child. Ooh, okay. I feel more comfortable at night for some reason.
It's nice. The quiet, the solitude.
Yeah.
I like that. It does get busy in the day. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely often up in the dead of night. But I kind of go, I do 4 hours, awake for several hours, 4 hours. I wouldn't say I'm doing anything in particular that takes advantage of that night. I kind of like the cooler, cleaner air, as long as it's not too cold out. I don't know. What do you think of the video format where it's just the box and putting the stuff on there? It's nice, pretty basic.
It was cool. I mean, these lyrics are so, we could spend hours like dissecting these lyrics and what they mean. It's almost like there needs to be like a college course for like RM's songs, his lyrics.
I mean, you could do it. I'm sure any music major that's like a music theory person, they're probably out there that have arranged for their dissertation to be a breakdown on the various lyrics of RM or BTS as a whole and stuff like that. Just like people do it for the Beatles and other popular bands or television programming, stuff like that. So yeah. I don't know. We didn't really look into when. Let us know when this song came out. Also, what was that Korean lyrics that was written and going on the floor during that part?
I think
Because it was a lot of words.
Yeah, I thought that was the lyrics of the song.
It just seemed like a lot of words for the amount of lyrics that was going on during that period of the song.
Okay.
To me. So is there something more in there, or is it just the lyrics? Let us know, Army. And then, what was I saying, right? Oh, yeah, I don't know. Do we know when this song came out? Like, is there any window into where he was at in life? Because obviously these guys go through a lot of ups and downs. They write a lot about the struggle of true self versus ideal self, being true to yourself, and being comfortable with you. Is the first step to getting to happiness. You have to accept who you are, but not feel caged in. Also realize that everything is temporary. You can shift off into another direction. I think that's what they're saying. You may feel trapped in where you're at right now and like, this is it. This is my reality. But you can climb out and make a new reality for yourself. Just kind of sort of where this is going, I think. But yeah, it's good. I like the basic setup. I like the instrumental in the background. Feels like he put a little, like, he doesn't even necessarily sound exactly like him in parts where he's rapping to me.
Okay.
Versus what I've heard in other things.
All right.
And like the Moonchild part, there's some sort of effect on it. That sounds normal to me. But there was part where he was hip-hopping or rapping.
Hip-hopping.
Where I was like, is someone else contributing here? And that was no, because they can kind of shift in and out of like their singing phase, their rapping phase, and stuff like that.
I liked it better when he was rapping in the Korean language. I don't know. It was hitting harder for me than the English parts.
That's fair. I mean, native tongue. It's easier to express yourself always. Or maybe not always. Maybe there's not a word for it in your native tongue. But I would say in general, that's what comes naturally. Like, I don't know, if you guys are multilingual, when you're speaking in another language, are your thoughts coming in like that language, or do your thoughts come in as your native language and then you're translating and speaking them out?
That seems like that would be hard to do.
Yeah,
like,
but it's
like
more...
you have to think in the language you're speaking, I would imagine.
You'd have to know it pretty well to do that.
I bet there's some people that
like you
can
speak
do that.
Fluent Esperanto. When you're speaking the language of the northern people, are you thinking of 100 words for snow? Or are you thinking snow and wet snow and then translating it into there? I can see what you're saying, though. I don't know. I'm not multilingual.
You know what's cool, too, about multiple languages in these songs? I feel like it opens up way more, like, lyrically. Like you have... Because if you can combine, all of a sudden you can use different sounds.
Yeah.
That wouldn't go with a specific language. And now you can create, like, more rhymes.
Yeah.
With different words and stuff.
I would say that's definitely true. I don't hear a lot of... Well, I guess I haven't listened to it. Like, I haven't listened to like what's that African tribe that speaks with almost clucking sounds like?
Oh, the Zulu?
Is that the Zulu?
The Zulu tribe?
How is that going to translate into a song? It could almost be a beat in itself. And then
Yeah.
you layer on words. But could you? I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to do it. There must be someone out there that's done it. I'm not seeing a lot of sampling of them, though, from other people.
Yeah.
Not too much German. The scraggly graggly, as Norm Macdonald would put it. But yeah, you definitely have different languages that utilize that just have different sounds dominant in the way they speak, right? So that's a good point. Opening up doors. I was it's always easier for me when they're singing English because I don't have to think about the translation. I can actually understand it freely instead of having to read down. I still read down while I'm watching this.
Yeah. And I like so I appreciate songs when these guys, if they have like when they use English or an all English song. Like I like that. But I also, part of the charm for me is they're singing in Korean. So I really like the mix.
Agree. I got no problem with it. It's mere ease of understanding. I guess that would be my preference, to know what they're talking about without having to go in and look things up.
Yeah.
And figure it out and go, is this really what it's saying? I don't know. That's just how it goes, though. That's what people... Obviously, everyone has to deal with that. Point is, it's catchy. It's a good song. I enjoyed it. Solid way to start out the Spacetacular. Where do we go? Should we go back? Go back to the screen. Throw up the Moonchild. So, yeah. I don't know. Good video. I like the box. I like the way it was going up on there. Very stoic of him just sitting in the chair the entire time. He's not even actively singing in it. He's literally like a stoic child on the dark side of the moon. Stuck in space and the world passes him by. And was that crystalline structure supposed to be the moon? Because I don't think that's on the moon. The moon is gray and rocky. But I guess it worked for this. And I like the whole look of the video to me is very like 80s. Reminded me of like an old sci-fi thing or music video. But it looks cool. And it looks kind of faded. They put that effect on it.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Nice choice. Interesting choice. In a good way. If I was the astronauts, I would save this one for landing or the whip around the moon. By the way, I don't know if they already did that. I think from my understanding that it got delayed to 2025 now.
Okay.
But I'm not going to wait for that and figuring out which mission it is. So, we got to find out how to blast the next playlist and get some other hits in there. Because there are a lot of space tunes put out. What was the one we just listened to? Jin's one?
Oh, yeah. Astronaut?
Yeah. How many votes did Astronaut get in there? Or is Astronaut brand new?
It's not brand new. I think he...
It's brand
I think he released it
so ago.
before he had to go into service.
That's right. And he's about to get out, right?
I think he's out.
Kudos. Welcome back, Jin. Glad to have you back. And hopefully soon all the guys back for a grand reunion tour and complimentary tickets to us, K-Pop on Lock. Because we've been here following you since the very 3 months ago when this began. So you basically got the entirety of the channel almost. Were they the first time we hit it with the boys? The boy bands?
I don't know.
They were one of the first. They were very close. We started out with the ladies, but then very soon after,
I didn't know.
We gotta see what these guys are about.
I actually didn't know the extent of their depth and their
The catalog?
how their catalog.
Or the
Yeah,
meaning.
and I actually told myself, I was like, oh, we have time to get into them later, and then like learn the hard way. Is like, oh, we have zero time
Not
to learn about this.
anytime. Anyway, Moonchild, solid start to the Spectacular. We will be back with, are we throwing down Pluto last? Or are we throwing down, no, we're throwing Pluto next, right?
I think so.
And Pluto, which comes across as some sort of numbers for the name of the planet. But I'll have something to say when we get to that. Because a lot of people go, it's not a planet. And screw them. But that is for another video coming up shortly, so tune in to the BTS 11th Anniversary Spectacular! Cool! Ass! K-pop! All luck! We'll see you in a few. Peace.